Hey guys, it's quarantine entertainment time, and I'm back with another video. So let's get started. iOS 6 was the last iOS in the Steve Jobs era. iOS 6 was based on skeuomorphism. If you don't know what skeuomorphism is, then skeuomorphism is basically when the user interface mimics their real-life counterpart. But that changed in iOS 7 with a flat look we have currently. An example of skeuomorphism would be the old Instagram logo. You could see that the old Instagram logo mimics the look of an actual camera, while the one we have currently is very colorful, but it does not mimic a camera. It's hard to distinguish it. Okay, back to iOS 6. Now you can see that almost every app is 3D and has a shadow around it. Towards the bottom of the screen, the dock acts like a mirror and reflects the app. I think that's a really nice touch for Apple to add. In iOS 6, there is Cover Flow, which I want Apple to reintroduce, and there's also iCloud, so you will have all of your contacts, phone numbers, and photos with you. There are many interesting and fun features in iOS 6, but there are also many negative consequences with using iOS 6 in 2020. One of the major problems, in my opinion, is app support. Apple killed their servers for weather and FaceTime, so it's impossible for both of them to work. Also, on the App Store, it's really hard to find a game that would work with iOS 6, as most of the latest apps require iOS 8 or up. I personally wasn't able to download apps like YouTube and Instagram, but I was able to download apps like Temple Run, Minecraft, Plants vs. Zombies, and Geometry Dash. Most of these apps are what I played when I was really little. Keep in mind that most of the apps you can download are going to be out of date. For example, Minecraft is on the version 0.14.3, while the latest version of Minecraft is running 1.14.30. Software limitation was also a problem with iOS 6. Even though there is a control center, there are not many options available. There is a rotation walk, play and pause button, forward track or previous track, and also the music icon. You can also change the volume and finally AirPlay, but that's all. There are only two ways you can use the flash as a flashlight. One way is going to camera and putting it on video mode. After that, you need to go to flash and turn it on. The second way is going to the App Store and downloading an app that will allow you to do so. One app that I did find that would work is iFlashlight Pro. Even though there is multitasking, it's not really useful because you cannot see where you left off until you open that specific app manually. Although I must admit, it looks fancy. The old camera app has this cool animation when opening and closing the app. There are only 3 modes available though: photo, video, and panorama. There is also an option for HDR, which makes the photos look way better, but it takes like 5 seconds for it to process the image. Speaking of software limitations, did you know that Siri was even dumber? Siri cannot do simple tasks like increasing or decreasing the volume or telling the battery life of the iPhone, which might be helpful when you are wearing earphones or in a situation where you cannot look at the phone screen, like driving. I almost forgot to mention that Siri was slow. Safari is very buggy and slow, and many of the websites don't work or they don't work as they should. As you can see, the Apple website is all cropped up and it doesn't really have animations. And you cannot buy an Apple product because when you try to, it just brings you to a blank page. Even though YouTube works, it's really slow, and there's a message that states that they're not going to support this browser. In conclusion, iOS 6 was a very capable and refined iOS in 2012, but in 2020, iOS 6 is pretty much obsolete, since many apps such as YouTube, Reddit, and etc. won't even work. For basic use like calling, texting, writing notes, and listening to music, it would be fine, I guess. If you plan on using iOS 6 as a daily driver for some reason, then good luck.